Hello. Hello. Now are you getting my Sunil? Yeah. Shall I start the class? Because you only one person today. Remaining person, what about I don't know. Actually, they have not joined till now. So let's start today. Few things we will discuss, and let's see what will happen tomorrow. Few people also will turn out. Okay. I'll start anyway. So I have shared all the screen. Now let's look into that. In the last session, we were discuss about .NET introduction part. So now in this session, I'm going to start C# .NET introduction. So let's see the programming part for the C# .NET. So as I discussed that C# .NET is a programming language. C# .NET is a programming language. So C# .NET is a programming language which is used to write .NET code, which is used to write especially coding part in .NET development application. And C# .NET is purely object-oriented programming and secured programming languages, we can say that. C#.NET is purely object-oriented programming and secure programming language. C#.NET is most powerful programming language because C#.NET is equals to C++ plus VB 6.0, VB 6.0 plus Java plus additional features. C++ plus VB 6.0 plus Java plus additional features. So this is, so this is C#.NET because of it is having C++ features plus VB 6.0 plus features and Java features plus additional features. Okay, so this is about C#.NET. Here it is there. So in C#.NET, it is purely case-sensitive programming language. That means while typing the coding part in C#.NET, you need to mind it capitals and small where it is required and where it is not required. You should remember. But in C#.NET, directly we can able to write the code in Visual Studio. In Visual Studio, while writing the code, so capital and small automatically you can able to find out easily. Now in C#.NET, we are going to discuss mainly one important application like console application. Later we'll go for another application called Windows Forms applications. And in ASP.NET we are going to discuss again another applications called web applications. This is web application. Web application will go for ASP.NET, and console and Windows Forms application will go for what it is C#.NET we'll discuss. So this is about all web application and console application, Windows Forms application. But in console application right now I'm going to talk here. We are going to talking about right now console application. So now we'll see in this console application what we are going to do that. So now let's check out. In Windows Forms and web application we'll discuss in later sessions. So but console application right now I'm starting in initial stage, that is C#.NET programming part. So in this console application, what exactly meaning of console application, what type of application it is, I'll discuss. Because maximum coding part and all, what are the coding techniques in C#.NET, everything we are going to talk about console application. Even object-oriented programming also we are going to start in console application. So console application is a standalone or desktop application. Console application is a standalone or desktop application. A standalone or desktop application means what? The application where we can install in that machine only, that is going to be installed, that is going to be run. So that's what it is, standalone or desktop applications, we can say that. So console application programs are just like C++ programs. Why? Because so console application programs are going to be execute on command prompt. So command prompt means command user interface application, character user interface application. Console application will provide CUI facilities only. CUI means it is purely so command user interface or character user interface applications. Command user interface or character user interface. Okay, so CUI based application here, command user interface, that is console application. So console application do not provide GUI based. GUI based means graphical environment. Graphical user interface. So purely graphical user interface environment it is. This is it is not provide graphical user interface, it's provide only CUI based, character user interface or command user interface. That means what, every time you want to give input to the application you should give in the form of characters, or you want to get output from the application you should get in the form of characters only. So that's what command user interface. And in console application, what exactly meaning of console? In the sense, console is a class. Console is a class which is used to work with input and output stream arguments. Input and output stream. Input and output stream means what? Input and output stream means whenever you are going to give input or whenever you get output from the output screen, we should use a class called console class. Always console class is present in system namespace. Always console class is present in system namespace. Namespace is nothing but header files in C#.NET. In C++, we can call it as package header files. In Java, we can call it as packages. In C#.NET, we are going to call it as namespace. So console is a class which is used to work with input and output stream. Console class is present in what namespace? System namespace. If you don't have console class, then what happen? So you don't have system namespace, then console class will not at all work out here. So that is called console class. And console class is having few methods. So what are the methods? Here you can see mainly that console class is having methods, write method, and another one is like write line method. Another one is like read method. Another one is like read line method. So these are the methods associated with what class? Console class. Write and write line, read and read line. So these are the methods. So write and write line, read and read line. So these are the methods associated with console class. But what about these methods in the sense when it considers C language and C++, we use cin and cout. So like printf and scanf we will go for. So that is C language and C++ like that to display some values or to give the values like that we use console printf scanner C in C out. But in console application we use this method write write line read write line. Simple write and write line in the sense these are used to display some statements onto the screen. But that statements if you want to display within the same line we can go for write method. Okay. So if you want to display some statement onto the screen within the same line we can go for write method. Or else if you want to display statements in line by line we can go for write line method. So write line method is used to display statement onto the screen within the line by line mechanism. So write method is used to display statement onto the screen. So same line mechanism. And read means it is going to be read. So whatever we are giving the values at running time, whatever you are going to provide the values to the application. So that is what read here it is there. So read and read line are used to give the values to the application. So whenever you give the values to the application should read them. For reading purpose application we use what? Read and read line methods we will use. Okay. So now read and read line, because what is the difference between read and read line means, so read method is used to read single character or next character. For example, I typed at running time, so DURGASOFT if I'm going to type. So if I'm going to read this DURGASOFT characters, all characters which I'm going to type, which I'm going to read. So first what it will read, D it will read, and U it will read, and after R it will read, after G it will read. So these are single characters or next character it is going to read. So that is called read method. So read method is used to read single character or next character. So that is DURGASOFT. Whenever we type it here, so it will read single character like D and U and R and G like that. It is reading single character only. So that is called read method, we can say that. But read method will not read directly characters like D and U and R like this. But read method will read what ASCII value of the character. ASCII value of the character means every alphabetic is having some ASCII value. That ASCII value is always integer type. So that's what written type of read method is what integer we can say that. So it is important in the question. So what is the written type of read method? Integer. Why written type of read method is integer? Because so written type of read method is integer because read method will read single character or next character, but it will not read directly character. Rather it will read ASCII value of the character. So that is what written type of read is integer, because ASCII value is integer type only. But when it comes to read line method, the read line method will read a group of characters. Like whatever we type DURGASOFT, it will read all group of characters. So group of characters means it is what format? String format. So that's what written type of read line method is, what string format. Okay. So this is the basic introduction part of C#.NET Console application. Now we will see how to create one simple application, how to create some programming part in console application we will discuss. But to create simple console application, first of all we need to open Visual Studio Code. Studio environment. So how to enter into Visual Studio environment? We can see this. So after installing Visual Studio, you can go to search option and type VS, and Visual Studio 2012 is there. You can click on it and you will be able to open Visual Studio 2012 environment here. Now you can close it here. Now again, another way to enter into Visual Studio. That's another way is you just simple go to run window and type DEVENV. Whenever we type DEVENV in run window, now you can see, so run window DEVENV is there. Okay, so this is the executable file for Visual Studio. DEVENV in the sense development environment. So anyway, we are calling Visual Studio is called IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So that's what DEVENV is, nothing but development environment, we can say that. So these are the ways to open Visual Studio. But after opening Visual Studio, we are going to create one simple application called console application. Okay, so we are going to create one simple application like console application. So what is console application? Just now we talk about that. So now let's talk that how to create console application. First, let's flip to Visual Studio. I'm going to click on Visual Studio. Now, so now before going to create console application, I need to explain some few things about Visual Studio environment options. So you can see Server Explorer is left hand side is there. When we click on it, Server Explorer, it is coming. And whenever you come outside and click on it, it will go. So this is Server Explorer, we can say. Exactly the meaning of Server Explorer means whenever you are going to interact with the SQL Server database or other databases from Visual Studio to SQL Server database connection you want to maintain, then we can use Server Explorer. So then again, toolbox is there. You can see toolbox. Here toolbox is nothing but some toolbox controls will be there, like labels and text boxes and buttons and everything. So many controls are available. So but right now in toolbox we don't have controls because of console application do not provide GUI facilities, and console application is provide only CUI facilities, character user interface facilities. So that's what here toolbox, it is no control available right now. So even when we create console application, we don't find out any controls in toolbox because console application is character user interface. But when we go for Windows Forms application or ASP.NET Web application in toolbox, so we will able to find out some controls here. So this is toolbox, so some controls will be there. But you can see right side corner, you will be able to see that Solution Explorer. It's very important. So Solution Explorer is for our solutions. Whenever we create console application or whenever you are going to create classes and everything, that will come and store under the Solution Explorer. So you want to manage your solution files and class files and coding files, everything you can manage it in Solution Explorer only. Okay, so this is the windows about Visual Studio. So you can see these are the menu options are there in Visual Studio: file, edit, view, debug and all. So these menu options in later session we'll discuss as per our requirement. First of all, I need to create a console application here. But before going to create console application, I'm going to create one simple folder in E drive, that is new volume. E drive, I'm going to create one folder. So E drive, not F drive. So I'm going to create one empty folder. You can see this. So empty folder I'm going to create, for example, .NET or C#. Or else we can go with .NET is folder. Okay, in this .NET folder I want to store my all application files and all. So you can remember in F drive I created one simple folder. Now let's start creating console application. Click on file, go to new. Why? Because we are going to create new application. So that's what I'm going to new. Then click on project here. Okay, click on project here. And after that project, you should select the Visual C# compulsory. Why? Because Visual C# is a programming language. Okay, so compulsory should choose Visual C#. Our programming language is C#.NET. If you would like to choose another programmed language like you can see other programming languages, Visual Basics, Visual C++, SQL Server, like that. Now I'm going to talk about Visual C#. Let's select Visual C#. After that, I'm going to choose an application name called what? Console application. So this application I'm going to implement it under the .NET Framework 4.5. And now you can see that console application name is Console Application 1. but that application one, where do I want to save in my drive, which I created just now folder, that is in F drive. In that .NET folder I choose, then select that folder, and you can see this here, F drive .NET folder will be there. Then after that, application name is console application one. If you want to change the name of the application, you can change like console app basics, just I'm giving. So now click on OK. Whenever you click on OK, then you'll be able to see that the basic structure of console program. So this is the basic structure of console program. These all are namespaces like header files. So these are all system defined namespaces. Using system.collections.generic, using system.link language integrated query, using system.text, using system.threading.tasks here. Okay, then I can see namespace name is console app basics, we can call it as. And now you can see class name is program. Okay, class name is program. And static void main. Okay, static void main, it is a main method. It is also called as an entry point of the program, we can say. Why we are calling this is an entry point of the program means the program execution starts from main method only. So that's what we are calling, this is entry point of the program. Okay, so this is about static void main method. Now, so this is the basic structure of console program. This is the basic structure of console program. Now we can say go to Solution Explorer. Here we have our solution name, console app basics, and we have only one program right now. By default it is coming, class name is program. .cs you are looking because it is C# extension. .cs means C# extension. So if we choose VB programming language, it will be there here .VB, but we have chosen Visual C#, so that's what C#.cs is extension. Now you can see here I'm going to write simple program. What a program I'm going to write? So console is a class. When I'm typing console, immediately console class is present in IntelliSense. This is IntelliSense, we can call it as. Whatever it is coming by default, that we can call it as IntelliTrace or IntelliSense. Console is a class dot write. Whenever I type WR, then immediately write and write line is coming. Which method you want to take, you can take. So for example, I'm going to write some statements. Welcome to, in one line I have written. Again, one more line I want to write, you can see console.write, welcome to Hyderabad. Just simple statement which I have written in this statement. So now you can see whenever you want to execute this program, there is two options. One option is you can click on start. Here green arrow mark will be there. Another option is you can click on F5. There is a shortcut key to execute the file, that is F5. Click on start here. What's happened? You can see this. You will not able to see that output because it is coming and it is going. Click on start and it is coming and it is going. Your screen is not going to stay back permanently. To stay back to screen permanently, then we can use console.read method. Now you can see console.read method. When I'm going to start, so now you can see welcome to Hyderabad, it is displaying. So, but welcome to I have written in one statement, Hyderabad I have written in another statement, but both are presenting in same line because console.write method. Already I told you that write method is used to display within the same line, but when it comes to write line method, if I'm going to take write line method is used to display line by line. Now you can see in output, welcome to is present in one line, Hyderabad is present in next line. So this is because of write line only. Okay. So this is a simple statement which I have written. And one more important thing, you can see this in this main method. So what is string square bracket args? It is just command line argument. Okay. So command line argument means, as I told you, that console application is CUI based, that is command user interface or character user interface. So it's completely work with command user interface only. That's what here string square bracket args is command line argument. But including command line argument is optional. If you are including also, it will work. So if you are not including also, it will work, not a problem. That is your wish. But by default, command line argument only it will be there. So now you can see this is one simple program which I have written. And one more important thing. So here I have written only one program, that is called class name is program. But if I want to write another program, what can I do? So I need to add extra class to this console application. How do we add extra class to this console application? There are several ways to add the class. Now you can see this, that are going to Solution Explorer, right click on console app basics, our solution file. You just go to add it. and you can click on class. Okay, when we click on class, what's happened, you can see this. So class name is coming, class template we are choosing, class1.cs. This is one way to, if you want to change the name of the class, you can change the name of the class and click on add it, and here you can see close it. And next, whenever we are going to click on project menu, other way I'm going to showing so how to add the class. Project menu, and you can see add class. So class template, here it is there, then class1.cs. I'm changing the class name. You can see, for example, class1 to sample. I'm going to give sample is a name.cs. Then we click on enter. So class is adding. So this is another class we have added. But before that, previously, whenever I created the console application, along with that console application, one class came that is called program, but that is automatically came with the main method. But now when I'm adding extra class to that existing console application, so one class we have added that is sample class, but it is don't have any main method. Okay, so if you want to write the main method, you can write it by typing static void space main, M must and should be capital, open and close. So this is the way to write the main method. Other than writing the main method, you want to get shortcut way, then you can able to get shortcut way main method like SVM. We can type static void main, in the sense that is static void main is SVM, and press double tab key. Double time you can press tab key in your keyboard. 1 to automatically main method will be generated with string square bracket cities. So in this case, you want to write another program, you can write. So I'm going to write another program somewhat different. You can see int a equals to 10 is one variable, int b equals to 20 is another value I'm going to take. So already I have written in first program how to print the values. So text value, welcome to Hyderabad is a character value. For a change, I'm going to show in this program just how to print integer values like numbers, a equals to 10, b equals to 10. This is the way to declaring the variables. But other than this declaring two variables, you can declare like this also. Int a equals to 10, b equals to 20. This is also we can able to declare, not a problem. But I want to display them, these variables. You can see how to display console.writeLine value of a is just plus a. A means what? We are adding this a value to this statement. So plus means concatenation. What variable we are adding? A variable. Now you can say again console.writeLine. So value of b is plus b here. Now to stay back to our screen, then console.read we are going to use. This is very simple program which I have written. So a equals to 10, b equals to 10 already I declare in the program itself. I'm going to print back them to the user, display back them to the user. But you can see I have written this program, but I want to execute this program. But whenever you are going to execute the program, you are not executing that program what we expect, rather than the output came first program output. And other than this error is coming. What error is coming? You can see this console application basics.exe has more than one entry point defined. So what does it mean more than one entry point defined? In the sense, so this is static void main is entry point. So it is showing what actually program.cs is having already main method, that is static void main. Again, sample.cs also is having main method, that is static void main. So runtime is getting confusion which main method need to be executed. So to avoid this confusion, you need to change startup object. Startup object means what? We have two programs, two main methods. From which main method onwards you want to execute, that we have to decide. So that process is nothing but changing startup object. How to change the startup object? Solution Explorer, double click on properties, and you can say here startup object will be there. By default here not set will be there. You can expand this, and now you are looking console app basics dot program, one class, console app basics dot sample, another class. I'm going to choose this because I want to run this class, and after that choose, you can click on save it and run the application and check out. Now you can see we have run second program of application. Okay, so this is simple programs which we have written in this solution explorer. So in this solution, now when we go to solution explorer, you can see right now we are having two programs. One is program.cs, another one is sample.cs. It's very clear, right? Now you can see I'm going to show one more important thing. I have written very simple program, a value 10 and b value 20. But to execute the simple program, is that required to include these all namespaces like header files? So these are the required or not. So, but exactly we don't know whether it is required or not. So let's look into that. 5 header files are not at all required for doing these, all those things. Okay. So that's what you can see. 5 header files are not at all required. So 5 header files are required or not, we have to decide. So if it is required, you can keep them as is. If it is not if it is not required, you should not keep as is, because so unnecessarily that stuff will be loaded, but unfortunately we are not using that total code and all. So these are all libraries we told that whenever we include 5 namespaces or 5 header files as it is, 5 header files as it is, it will be load the libraries. But for executing this very simple, pretty simple program, is that required to load 5 header files or not? Now we need to give that. Now you can see this when I'm going to click on start. So now here it is coming, but actually now you can see here how to find out whether these namespaces or header files are useful to run the application or not. So now simple here, right click on the solution, right click on the namespaces, either it is user defined namespace or it is system defined namespace. Any namespace you can right click on it. Simply go to organize usings. These all are usings. We are going to organize them. So organize usings and click on remove unused usings. When we click on remove unused usings, now you can see what's happened. All namespace, all header files are gone. Only one stay back. Why it is stay back? Because system namespace is required to execute this program, because console class is present in that particular namespace called system namespace. Without system namespace, as I told you, that console application will not execute, console programs are not execute. So that's what I have included system namespace. So if we keep as these 4 namespaces also extra, what will happen? So nothing will happen, but unnecessarily that library functions will call, but you are not at all using in your application. So that is load will be more, process will be more. So that's what namespaces or what header files are exactly required to run the program. That namespaces only need to be included, better to include. So how to recognize whether the namespaces are useful to run the application, or how to recognize whether the namespaces are not useful to application? Simply right click on any namespace and go to organize usings and click on remove unused usings. When you click on remove unused usings, all namespaces are gone and only one is stay back. So this is system namespace. So this is when we run this application now, only system namespace libraries will be loaded. So that libraries only can helpful to run this application. Remaining is not required. Okay. So this is the way to that. And as I told you that, so now you can see if console is a class which is present in what namespace I told, system namespace. But I am going to commenting this using system. Whenever I'm going to comment this using system, so below you just see that console class is showing a red line error mark. Okay, but whenever I'm going to uncomment, so again uncomment means we are including that using system. Console class is showing appearing here. So how to comment any line of the code in C#.NET console application? So if you want to make commenting that line, you can select that line or place mouse pointer on that line. You can go to commented out line. So commented out. Uncomment means again you can uncomment like this. So I'm just commenting here, commenting. So uncomment means uncomment. So this is the namespace. So if I'm going to comment what's happened, you can see this, sorry. So this I'm not going to comment. So this I want to comment, system namespace I want to comment. If I'm going to comment means what's happened, you can see console class is not present in that particular namespace. So now even though when I'm going to start writing the application, so now you can see the 3 errors will be raised. The console name does not exist in the current context. That means you have written the code for console application, but you have not included particular namespace related to console, that is system namespace. We have not included system namespace, so that's what it is showing an error mark. So that's what I'm telling here. Console is a class which is present in system namespace. If you are not including system namespace, console is not working. But though you have not included as a header file, so you can able to include for every line also, like system dot here I'm taking again, system dot here also I'm taking again, system dot. So here three system, every line I have written system. But I'm not recommending to this because if we have 100 lines of code, then every time he should write system. So now it will work fine, not a problem, it will run. So clearly it's not a problem. Okay, but I'm not recommending this kind of code. So what better to include only one namespace as header file like using system. But let's remove this system, and here also I'm just removing the system, and here also removing the system. So now anyone you can follow now, click on start running the application and check it. Okay, this is the way to that. So what's happened, you can see this here. So far we have written two programs. One is program.cs, by default it's came. So in this case what I have written, welcome to Hyderabad. This is text format which I have written. But in next class I am adding to that existing console application. In this I have written for a change two integer values I have declared, int a equals to 10, b equals to 20. So two statements I want to display back them to the user. Value of a is plus a. Plus means here concatenation symbol. But now you can see I have two variables declaration in my class, a value and b value. But two values you want to display, then we have written two statements. So clearly two statements we are displaying in output. You can see value of a is 10, value of b is 10. Okay, let's close it. Why don't we make two variables we can print in same line? Okay, that is what. Why don't we make two statements you can print in same line? Let's do that quickly here. Now you can see console.writeLine values of a and b are. Now you can see plus a, again concatenation, comma, plus b, again concatenation. Now this is. So now we can see two values I have given same line. So this plus a, this double quotes and this double quotes is for one value. Strictly remember, two double quotes in between, two plus symbols in between a. And after that again two double quotes, two plus in between b. But what is extra double quote here? It is because we have started the statement with double quote. This is. So it's pretty simple. This is the way to print the two values at the same line. Values of a and b are 10, 20. It is also one of the simple technique. And other than this kind of thing, you can able to provide multiple values within the same line. Another way to do that printing, console.writeLine. Now you can see these values of a and b are. Values of a and b are. Now how do we display that values on a and b are? You can see 0 index, 1 index, comma a, comma b. This is another way to display the elements, same values in one statement. Now you can see click on start running. Values of a and b are 10, 20, it is coming. So there are several ways to display multiple values in one line. Okay, so this is the way to display multiple values in one line. So int a equals to 10, b equals to 20. So either you want to display separately, then you can write separate lines like value of a is plus a, value of b is plus b. Or you want to display only one line, then you can display console.writeLine values of a and b are 0, 1 and a, comma b. So then console.read here. Okay, these are the two simple programs which I have written in this session. Now let's run the application and check. You can see you are looking output window. But if you would like to exit from this output window, then what we need to do, so you can press enter only. When we press enter only, we can able to exit from the output window. But when I'm going to close this window, also you can able to exit from the window. Other than this, if we type any characters, so it will not exit from the window, characters will be displayed. But if you want to escape, you can escape it, and escape means whatever you recently typed letters, it will be gone. Again you escape it. Escape is not useful to exit from the output window. So if you want to exit from the output window, what we need to do? Press enter only. Because of read statement we have written. But other than this console.read statements, when I'm going to take a read key, you can see this, read is a key. Read key is another method which is associated with console class. So read key, when I'm going to execute, you can see click on start. So now this time output is displayed, but whenever you press any key from your keyboard, so any key from your keyboard means you can press enter any key, then you will exit from the output window. Okay, so you will exit from the output window. This is very clear. So console.read key here, it is clearly done. So because of read key only, after executing that, so output window will come. So if you'd like to exit from the output window, then you can simply press any key from your keyboard, you can able to exit from the output window. Okay, this is the speciality of read key here. So this is very simple programs which I have written in this session. So one is program.cs, automatically it came, so main method. Another one is sample.cs, automatically it came. But only one thing you have to remember, every time whenever we add a new class, if you want to execute that class, so you have to execute that class means you can go to Solution Explorer, double click on properties, startup object we have to change. So which class you want to execute, that class you have to select. So for example, program dot I want to select. After that select, you should select that save option. Then after that you can click on start option. Okay, welcome to Hyderabad. So this is about a simple introduction of C#.NET as well as console application basic programs, how to write the programs, how to declare the variables, how to print the values at running time. Values as this we have discussed. But you can see this whenever I created that application in my F drive. So now here it is our folder called which I created just now. So .NET folder. So now console app basics is our solution. Console app basics bin debug. So now you can see console app basics here exe file will be automatically created. Okay, .exe file. So internally these files will be created here in console application. So this is about basic introduction part I have given in C#.NET. So up to now, all demonstration classes has been over. So tomorrow onwards, our regular sessions will be continue. So please make confirm to our DurgaSoft people. So if you wish to continue the online sessions regularly for C# and ASP and SQL Server. Those who are interested to only C#, so up to C# completion you can attend. And those who are interested to attend C# and ASP and SQL Server, you can continue. But initially I have started with the C#.NET only today onwards. And after completion of C#.NET, then we will start ASP and SQL Server. Okay. For me already it will take to complete, already I told you that 45 sessions to 55 sessions it will take to complete. So compulsory you should attend regularly. So daily timing is 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. After completion of every day session, I used to send recorded videos. So and after that, I will send soft copy material and interview questions and everything, whatever I have stuff, I will share with you. Okay, so you can confirm with our team attending the classes from tomorrow onwards. We will be continue regular sessions. It will be start. So now now up to now, demonstration sessions will be over. 3 demonstrations. Are you getting my point? Yeah. What is the fees are? You can ask them, okay? Whoever interacted with you, you can ask them. You can ask them. So they will tell fee structure and all, how the payment also, you can payment return back to them. Online account they will provide, you can deposit. And as it is, you can what it is, you can continue the session from tomorrow onwards. Be sharp at 7:30 a.m. and I will close sharp 8:30, sorry, 7:30 p.m. and I will close sharp 8:30 p.m. Tell me doubt. What is the Sunil? Sunil doubt. You can tell me. From where we can download Visual Studio? Yeah, you need not to download here. Once if you confirm, I will send after 2 days. I will share the software also. I have in my drive. So original dump is there with me. So that I will share it to you. So even though if you download from Microsoft, you will hardly work with up to 30 days only. You don't download. Wait 2 days. I will send all softwares to your mails. I have softwares in my drive. Okay, so have a nice time. So we'll see tomorrow. From tomorrow 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. we will be discuss continuation part from C#.NET programs. Express, you can any version you can download, not a problem, Mahesh. Right, right. Have a nice time.